Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rebels and Rivals. And with me tonight are my wonderful co hosts. As you know, we have Black Jackson from Audio Underground and Bill from Broken Amp. And we are Rebels and Rivals. So, welcome. And this is our fourth edition, believe it or not. And we're having a damn good time. We appreciate everybody's feedback. Keep that, keep that input rolling in. We love reading what you guys have to say and what we could do better and what would you like to add, right? So here we are, and we're heading into November. And gosh, we're just on the eve of November. And when you guys watch it, it will be November. And a whole nother season is upon us, right? Lots of stuff
Hmm.
going on, but music. A lot of releases in the country world. I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing releases left and right. It seems to be a prime time to be releasing some music towards the end of the year this year.
Yes, I'm aware of several albums that are dropping on Halloween itself.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's typical or by design or just by chance this year, but a
Mhm.
lot, like a couple of artists that I'm featuring next week have albums dropping on Halloween. I know same thing for Bill too.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of bands that I follow and whatnot have dropped some albums within the past month, and
Mhm.
kind of nice to listen to them, get some nostalgia feels going on, and seeing how they've evolved over 20 something years doing it. And then yeah,
Mhm.
a lot of artists I've been talking to as well for our shows are releasing some work too. So it's definitely been a busy time. You're absolutely right.
On the Whiskey Rebellion happy hour side, one of the things I'm having fun with is because of these releases, people want to be on this particular week and on that particular week. So sometimes, and sometimes those releases, those dates slip a little bit. So I'm having to go into other weeks that I already have booked out and put them on there. So it's kind of like a big Jenga game, isn't it?
Hmm.
It is for sure. Doing a lot of juggling right now, which is part of the reason why I have it's not really a best of, but a fan favorite show running this week. Just people moving things around because of releases happening at different times and things shifting. Yeah, very busy time of the year.
And
Yeah.
Paul, I have to say,
Hmm.
sorry, Black Jackson, I have to say, congratulations on that. Like, you had a killer show, and you guys you got rave reviews and
Thank
lots
you.
of ears listening, and I just think that that's terrific. And gosh, who doesn't need more of you, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just put it together. I wasn't sure what to expect. Um, but yeah, just right from the beginning, before it even aired, as soon as I sent it out to let the artists that were being featured know what was going on, it was just really, well received. So we've been having a lot of fun with it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Mr. Bill, what's up in your world, my friend?
Well, I have a new show that is playing this week too with some artists that I connected with that is a little outside of the norm of usually what the vibe of what my show is. And I kind of like that. It's kind of stepping outside of the genre that I initially launched from joining Sonic Scout. So dabbling a little bit with some other stuff, which is kind of cool. It's opening up my eyes, opening up my ears a little bit to some things and exploring new sounds, which still kind of fits the show vibe, but I think the show that I put out this week is probably one of the best ones that I think I've done so far. I think it's a good blend and it keeps like a consistent flow throughout, but just definitely like a lot of different stuff. But it all somehow meshed together pretty well.
Yeah, your show
Mm.
does have like a really great both of your shows, you have like a really great cadence within them. Like they really do kind of follow this line of energy. And that's so important to be able to hit. And I know sometimes it's hard, right? But somehow you guys make that work. And I know for me, it's really hard sometimes to juggle the songs around where I want to place them.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's worth the extra effort. And that's what we do
Right.
because we love what we do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And I agree. Both of you guys' shows have been great this week. Suki, I love like you really like I'm not a big country music guy. I'm just
Hmm.
not, I like outlaw country, Willie Nelson,
Oh, yeah.
that type of stuff. Southern rock, outlaw country. But I would never like really tune into a country radio station, like a mainstream country radio station, but your show plays a lot of that outlaw type, country. The indie country is kind of, it like follows the same vein as indie rock. It like has its own kind of sound. It's um it's cool. I like it. And you do a really good job of showcasing that stuff. So thank you for that. And Bill, yeah, I listened to our shows are in order this week, which I think is really
I
cool. I love that.
it. Yeah.
So I got to listen to all three of us back to back to back. And yeah, Bill, like you said, you have a lot of different things going on your show, and I absolutely loved all of it. I forget, we talked about one of the artists that you featured that just kind of fused a bunch of different genres together, kind of bending all of them like into this really cool sound. I like that you're putting that sort of stuff into your show. Really, I don't know, makes it really interesting.
Yeah. Thank you. And I think what I realized too is like I want to kind of like scrape more barrels on stuff too, and just try to give. I think it also gives other artists an opportunity as well when you try to open it up to more. And like I said, when you open your eyes, you open your ears, it just makes you connect with so many other people and give other people an opportunity to get their songs heard on this global footprint, which is the goal, and that's the mission, right? So
yes,
I'm very pleased with it. And to your point about Suki's show, it's great, and country's not really necessarily my vibe either, but I think that just speaks volumes on the presenters behind the shows that they're making, because that also is a part of why the audience tunes in too. If you're going to have some boring person talking, it kind of takes away from the cool songs that they might be playing. So having a personality behind your show as well, I think speaks volumes as well. And that's what I also like with this podcast, because anybody listening out there can get a really behind the scenes glimpse of how we are. If anybody's watching, they can see what we look like, and they can just see our different personalities when we are just sitting around talking, when we're not just like, quote unquote on air. So I dig it. It's fun.
I've started to make these really stupid TikTok videos, so this probably isn't the first time most people are seeing my mug.
Okay.
I love it. I think it's so great. I mean, to toy around with all the different communication utilities like TikTok and all these other things, all these other platforms. I mean, I'm learning a whole hell of a lot, but it's just pretty damn fun too, right? Kind of feel like a kid in Christmas time. But one of the parts that one of the trends that I've been seeing with the Whiskey Rebellion Happy Hour is people are sending me their music. They said, hey, it's not ready for prime time. It's not baked, but what do you think? What's it missing? How would you critique it? And I think that is so great. I really, really love that people are bringing their music to me and allowing me just to give a few suggestions, and maybe it'll take them into another space or with the song, or maybe not. I mean, everybody that creates something has a space, it's really wonderful, because I know that there's a story behind each song. And I get to know most of the artists that are on my show, and it's personal. And of course, I follow them on all the platforms, social platforms, and I see when something amazing is happening for them. I see when something, is just they need an extra lift, and of course, it always feels good to, lift those people up. So,
absolutely,
yeah,
it's great.
I agree that people sending music and asking, how is this radio ready? I appreciate that very much, because some I don't know how to say this without sounding
just say it.
Well, sometimes we get music sent to us that isn't radio ready. How about that? And sometimes we're they send it in and they're like, they expect it to be played, and some people are going to be disappointed. So asking if it's radio ready is definitely appreciated, 100%. Some people know, if right? If it's radio ready,
Right.
If you think you have to ask, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I love
in
that.
a very kind way. We'll offer our, not that I'm not an expert. I'm not going to tell you, oh, it needs, this,
Right.
and this, but I can give my 2 cents.
I wish I could just jump behind a board and just like help them with it sometimes. But, it just takes so much courage to do that, to ask somebody to listen to their music, right?
Sure.
I mean,
Right.
those are big balls. Anyway, sorry. You were saying, Bill?
Well,
Speaking of big balls.
I was just going to add on, say, I just think it's kind of great that you've experienced that, both of you, because then, they're looking at you as like industry leaders, or that kind of like, peak of indie radio to get an expert's opinion. I think that's pretty cool.
Well, it just shows a level of trust, right?
Mhm.
And I have tried to build trust through, what I present on my show. So yeah, it does show that it's working.
And, the one thing I'll add too is, because this has been a topic that we've talked about on our past episodes as well, is as far as the submission fee. I mean, if we really were just trying to grab cash from people, we'd be, it's great, sure, here, it's great, here, let's put it on our show. Yeah, it's great. But we're, to your point, is there are some people that maybe would get turned down because it's not radio ready. So I think it's kind of like that true partnership you're trying to build with somebody, and making sure that their investment to be played on a station like this is well received, and given that kind of honest feedback, I think is great. So they are making a good investment when that time comes to submit to be played on Sonic Scout Radio.
And because, to dovetail off this, and because that we have like kind of the 3 reigning popular shows on Sonic Scout Radio, it means we have a lot of demand, but we only have a certain amount of slots to fill. Right? We got sometimes 14 slots, depending on how many minutes each song is. But it's really something. So we'd only have like a limited amount of space. So we actually spend a lot of time picking the songs, finding the artists. So it's a process, and it's a labor of love. So
yeah,
we could make, I bet, on each one of our lives, 5-part network or Netflix miniseries on just 1 week of putting a show together. We could, I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, this is a full-time job. Like it, Bill has, a full-time job besides this. But Bill, I know Bill could easily, put 40 hours a week into Sonic Scout Radio, as could any one of us. And sometimes I do, and more.
Yeah.
More, definitely more.
hmm Yeah. So no, if people knew what we were actually doing to bring, this platform to life, that's really what we're doing. We're just trying to give a platform life, right? That's going to showcase and shine a light on indie music, independent artists, unsigned artists. So I mean, and it does cost money, and it sucks. I hate, that it costs money. I wish it was free, right? But of course it's not free. Nothing's free.
Right.
But in the, the $10 submission fee, it's chump change. Come on, like, in the grand scheme of things, but I also want to be, I understand $10 isn't the same to everybody. Sometimes it's a challenge, and depending on where you are, whatever, how old you are even. So, I am sympathetic to that, but if you have $10, it's really $10 well spent. My goodness. Like, you'll never get anybody to work harder for you for $10.
Well,
Guarantee
in
you
addition,
that.
you're hand curating. So these songs rose to your attention, right? For
Right.
some reason, you're like, okay, I like this. I like what I'm hearing here. Let's listen to more. And you find, hey, I would really love to have you on my show. Right? It's not like, hey, they send us, music and money, and it's like they get on our show. It doesn't work that way. I mean,
Yeah.
we actually have to.
This one's willing to pay. Let's
Right.
take it. No, that's, no. Listen to my show. You'll know that that's not the case with my
Right.
show. You will know it. And honestly, and I know both of you have done the same things. I've paid, for songs to get onto my show before, out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just worth it.
Yeah. I'm gonna flip the script. I'm gonna talk about something that happened to me just today, the other side of it. So reaching out to an artist, well, I should really say the artist reached out to us. Hey, I really like what you're doing. I really want to be on your show. I connected with this artist. We talked, and it was like the whole spiel. Here's what Sonic Scout Radio is about. Here's what my show is about, like the kind of genres I look for, the vibe of my show. You'll fit right in. This is great. This is a commercial radio station. What's cool about that is that we report all things for the sake of royalties and all that. It is a $10 submission fee per show. I did the whole conversation to educate, and the response is like, "Oh, I'm not really interested in pay to play." And I was like, "Okay, that's a bummer," because just like what Black Jackson said is like the investment's so minimal, but you always leave the door open. It's always like, "Yep, definitely understand. When the time's right for you, reach back out and we'll get you on." Because I really did like the song too. I really did like the artist. The artist was really good. So it was one of those I was like, yeah, like I really want you to be on my show. I think we can do great things to build a good relationship. And that's kind of what the point of what we're doing here. I mean, we're making and producing what we think are pretty good shows. We're doing this podcast that we think is a pretty good product. And once we start getting more out there and educating people, I just think people are gonna be more receptive to those kind of things where it's just not that pay to play mentality. It's just like, oh, cool. Like I want to submit to be featured on this rad show that these people are doing. So we'll get there.
Right. I mean, we see the popularity in all three of our shows for sure. And I know other hosts are doing amazingly well as well. So I don't want to ignore that, but we see it and, and the demographics, oh my gosh, that blows my mind. We're seeing South Africa, right? New Zealand, Australia. I mean, it's amazing. It's global. So you're not just paying it, it's not a pay for play or corporate list or anything like that. It's just totally, basically, it's the opposite of an establishment, right? It's opposite of corporate, radio. And yeah.
Well, the one thing I'll add too is like us three have been here pretty much since the beginning of Sonic Scout. So I just remember it's funny in the early days when it's just like we're outreaching people, essentially cold calling on them and saying like, hey, this is what we're doing. Here's what Sonic Scout Radio is. And then we, what is that? And then it's like we're talking to them about all this stuff. And now it's more like people are reaching out to us where we're more like responding rather than reaching out. So we're doing a lot of fielding that way too. And Sonic Scout's come a long way when you add in just the website developments, then you add in the app. Artists can just submit their stuff right through an app. I mean, you can just be, on the go, hopefully not driving, but hopefully on the go. And you can just be submitting your song if you have it saved, which is super cool. It makes it very user friendly. And, just in a few little, clicks of your phone, you can have your song played on a global footprint, which is super cool. So in that short amount of time, we've seen it evolve to what it's been. And it's just going to get better and better from there. So it's like this taking the startup type feel to something bigger is something that I get pretty excited about.
And we should probably take a step back there too, because what happens is the songs go into to all of us producers. And it's like, okay, hey, does this fit your format? What do you think? Are we going to be refunding that person's money? Because, it's not going to fit in. But, it's just really amazing that it's just so easy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a very, very simple process. I mean, we've said it before. It's every bit as easy as playing a song on the jukebox at the bar.
Yeah.
On the TouchTunes app or something.
Right.
Yeah. And ultimately cheaper because, I've looked at my bank statement the next day after a night out.
Oh boy.
$50 on the jukebox.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to hear some stories, some bar stories from you, man.
How many times I've done a TouchTunes and I played a song and then it just gets drowned out by bar noise. And it's just like, and I can't even hear the song that I'm playing. Well, that was a waste of a couple bucks. At least this way, the music can be as loud or as quiet as you want when you're listening to it through your computer or through your phone. And I did this thing, a bar story, Suki. I had this weird phase. It was weird, but it was a weird phase when I go to the bar.
You are weird.
I go to this bar, if they're playing like pop or if they're doing country or doing something like that, I would always go to the jukebox and I would put money in. I'd play Slayer, and I always would pay the extra amount of money, so it would skip it to the front. And I always played. I always would just pick like a Slayer song, and then it was just the funniest thing because like you have this twangy country playing, all of a sudden it goes down, and all of a sudden Slayer rips. It's like Raining Blood is playing, and I just remember one time I did this, and then the whole bar just went silent. They all started looking around doing this, and they're just like, "Who played that song?" And I was just standing there going, like, "Yeah," like. It's probably one of my most favorite jukebox bar stories because you just see everybody just turn their head and they're like, "Who did that?"
Yeah, right.
That's really good. You know, back where I'm at, people will drive by, play a song that's like really ridiculously loud and thrashing, which you probably like, Bill.
Probably.
And anyway, yeah, so they just do the drive-by thing. I'm like, geez Louise,
You don't even need to drive by. I can play songs at any bar I want from my house on the Tunes app,
really?
and I've done that. I still do it to this day. Yeah, I love playing Christmas music in July
Oh
for
You're
certain
that guy.
bartenders I know. Yeah.
Well, I know you spent a lot of time in the pub, so.
Well, not drinking, working. Nadine she owns a bar. I don't actually spend that much time there.
I spent a lot of time in the bar, so.
Yeah, I mean, I used to too, for sure. Before I started dating a bar owner, and then I stopped.
Oh, wah, wah,
Weird how that works. But...
Well, I'm not always in the bar, but I've been in the bar a few times. Anyway, we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my ex earlier too. I remember my ex. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but you got to hear it. So my ex once, as we were breaking up, he tells me, "Well, you know, I'm not normal." And now here I am thinking about it like some 15 years later. I don't know. You know, we both obviously were not normal. No wonder we broke up, right?
Right.
I thought I was the normal one, but no. Look who's wearing the purple wig and the purple bustier. So I don't know. There is no normal.
Oh, it's
Anyway.
a wig. Okay, I thought you just dyed your hair. It's a wig. Okay.
That's what I asked her.
Hello?
I thought she got a haircut. I'm like, did you get a haircut? I didn't even notice the color at first. Like, did you get a haircut?
I kind of look like a real estate person. Like, oh, let me show you the house and the stove or something like that. You know, I'm so not domesticated, so I don't know. That thing over there, watch out, it has an open flame.
Yeah, right.
No, actually, I dressed this slutty for in response to some banter my friend Black Jackson and I have been having about my purple extensions in my hair the other day. So I also did it for your Vikings. Wishing you guys some luck there. I know you need all the luck you can get.
Yeah, we do.
And Prince, Purple
Shut
Rain,
up, Bill.
and everything, right? Hey, I can't talk.
Packer fan.
49ers, like,
Yeah,
fuck that one up. But
the Packers smoked the Steelers and stuck it back to Aaron Rodgers. That was kind of a fun game to watch. Being an Aaron Rodgers fan still, I was kind of like, you know, if the Packers were going to lose a game, I wouldn't mind this one. Yeah. But it was kind of cool to see them, you know, pull it out in the end.
How did you feel about Brett Favre coming to the Vikings?
I hated it.
Did you?
Brett Favre is my favorite player of all time because that's the kid, or that's the guy I watched as a kid with my dad. My dad's, you know, Packers fan, and watching games with him as a little kid, wearing my cheese head, you know, and all that stuff. So he's my all-time favorite player, and he was so exciting to watch. He broke your heart as many times as he made you jump for joy. Going to the Jets kind of sucked, but then going to the Vikings, I was just like, really? I'm sorry, man. I dislike the Vikings more than I do the Bears.
Oh my gosh, it's like Mahomes going over to the Chiefs. Is that the Kansas City Chiefs? Yeah, Mahomes. It's like, no, dude, you're San Franciscan. Get back here.
Oh,
if you're listening, Mr. Mahomes, Suki Blaze is telling you, get your little ass back to the Bay Area because we need you on our team next year.
Is that where he's from?
I hear he's a listener. So
well,
yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me any. Anyway, well, yes. Mahomes is from, I believe, the Bay Area, and that was he started with the 49ers. What a perfect combination. But now he's with Kansas City, and all they think about over there is who's that singer?
Oh, Taylor's. Wait,
Ta-
we can't even say her. I don't
Yeah,
think we can even
no.
say her name. Don't say her name.
Let's not say it.
We'll have to go back and beep it out.
Wait, so I have sports talk. Do you
Oh,
want to hear Suki's sports talk? Can I read it
Yeah,
to you?
let's do it.
yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay. Okay. Rebels rebound. Niners versus Rams revenge. Okay. Packers feast on Lions. Vikes fit the D before Bears chow down. How does that work? Vikes fix that D before Bears chow down.
Do we play the Bears here pretty soon?
I don't know. Niners bounce or Vikings vanish. What's going to happen here? To raising from the dirt next with hits that hit harder than Herbert's arm. I don't know.
I like Herbert.
Baseball?
I like Herbert. He's
Yeah.
in
I
the
have
no
Chargers,
idea.
Suki. He's south.
Oh,
He's in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. I still
I
call
only
them the
watched the
San
49ers.
Diego Chargers.
All the time. I always say, "Oh, San Diego Chargers." Yeah,
I always like the uniforms.
they got cool colors. They do.
It was funny. Someone posted a picture of their yellow uniforms, I guess, the other day on Facebook or the other week on
Yeah.
Facebook. And I was like, oh, they look like bananas. And yeah, they look like the Savannah Bananas of the NFL. Yeah.
Wait, what did I tell you, Paul? I told you that they look like Velveeta cheese slices.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Well, I guess it was a nod towards their vintage style of uniform.
I didn't hate it. I do prefer the baby blue that they do.
Oh, yeah.
But the yellow wasn't bad. Now the Steelers, those throwback uniforms that they played against the Packers were atrocious. I don't know if you saw what that looked like, but man, it looked like
I didn't even tune in.
Someone just said it just looks like bumblebees because of like where the
yeah.
I know
yellow and
which
the
ones you're
black kind
talking
of
about.
went. And
Yeah.
It was horrible. I
yeah,
agree.
it didn't look good.
Between Pittsburgh and some of Green Bay's, I love Green Bay's, just their classic jersey combination green top, yellow bottoms. But some of their throwbacks are pretty awful too. But yeah, Pittsburgh too with those bumblebee ones. I don't get it.
Yeah, me either.
Like we moved on from that for a reason.
Hey, if it was up to me, they would have bling on all of their uniforms. I mean, you know what? They need to think about their female audience, right? I mean, I'm just not always over there for the bean dip. Like, I want to see some sparkles on their ass.
They can bedazzle the numbers, like on the outline of the numbers. They can go. And that's the thing with the 49ers. Their uniforms haven't changed much over the years. They had the same color combos, and I know like some of their jerseys from like the 90s or whatever, like it had like the black block 3D look to it. Like they could bedazzle that part and do something like that.
They could, in the 90s, they did change from that brilliant red to a burgundy kind of a thing.
Did they?
A burnt red. It was atrocious, and everybody freaked out about it. And thankfully, somebody with some taste brought back our colors again. So it was nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they always had that classic goldish helmet, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
I miss.
The Vikings uniform has been changed throughout the years too, but it's never gotten better than the original, in my opinion.
What was the original?
So earlier this year when they played the Chicago Bears, they wore, so I don't know if those are the actual original, but they were from the 60s. That's when they first started putting the yellow outline around the white number. But and prior to that, it was just white number on purple jersey without any outline or blocking at all. Yeah. Those were the two best in my opinion. Like the ones that like Adrian Peterson wore for a chunk of his career, hideous, awful. The piping and all the weird
Yeah.
Just not, nah. Get out of here.
So why do they even make white pants? Like you could see right through them. I have a question. Like when it's too opaque, like they should find like I don't know, another color, but nobody, I mean, anyway, especially when it's raining.
Yeah, true.
Just telling you, this is a female's perspective, and you need it because there's too much testosterone in here. I know I'm the dirty one in the bunch, but
yeah.
the things that come out of my mouth sometimes. But
Anybody who follows you on TikTok and Instagram knows that.
Oh yeah, I'm a bad girl. But Terry says, keep it cool. Suki Berlay's like, keep it cool. Don't get too crazy. But it's like, oh my God, there's this wild beast inside of me. And it's like, I just want to let it out.
You do a good job of that, I would say.
Harnessing it, but
right. Maybe so.
Well, hey. Oh my gosh. I was thinking earlier about indie music. Let's see. Indie music was a little unknown thing not that long ago, right? And just 10 years ago, 80% of music out there was just the commercial music, right? And that was just 10 years ago. And then 5 years before that, it was non-existent almost, like through the internet and whatnot. You'd actually have to go and see people perform, or maybe they would send you, something through the email. But now we're looking at a trend that's 80, that has now taken over almost 40% of the marketplace is now indie based. And that is a pretty astounding number from just 10 years ago, where it was just like maybe 13%. Now, it's over a third. That is crazy. I mean, this scene is just popping and hopping. And, of course, I was talking to somebody the other day, how even commercial side of radio, the songs, they're always so overly produced, and it's like because of Discord and, all the different streaming, shows, they actually love putting in that little riff that kind of seems a little off, like the slide maybe is slid too long in the guitar, but they love that because it adds texture and originality, and they don't want to clean it up. They want to keep it in there. It gives character to their song. And I thought, you know what? That's so true. And it's kind of like with records, right? Back when we had records, you used to be able to hear the little pops in them and the little clicks. But now, but with advent of digital media, it's all pretty much, cleaned, right? So
It's very
I don't know, something to think about.
Yeah. It's very interesting. And I can see that because sometimes when you're creating a song, sometimes hearing some of the imperfections makes it more unique. So I actually really love that sentiment on that, because that kind of brings up the discussion that we talked about last week too. It was like AI in music, because AI is going to make everything so squeaky clean. Originality in the recordings is, you can hear that, like you said, the slide of the guitar. Maybe they just missed that note just by a tad, but it still sounds good, but it's just a tad bit off. Going off your point on what you said, do you think with the numbers rising with that, do you think it's more just because like social media, because you have these people with this social media outlet where they can reach an audience essentially for free, hitting someone's algorithms or feed? Do you think it's because they're gigging more? Do you think it's radio play with like what we're doing, or do you think it's a combination of everything? I'm just curious what both of your thoughts are. Well,
for me, I think it's mainly internet based, right? And I misspoke about a third. No, we're looking at half. The streaming platform brings half indie music. And, you're looking at commercial indie. No wonder terrestrial music, nobody wants to hear that. It's painstaking to even hear like a Britney Spears, because it's so, I always say it's like so, like you said, like sterile and clean. It just, there's no character to it. There's no uniqueness of the slide and little pops. that you hear. And a lot of popular songs have those little mistakes in them, and they keep them, and they're remarkable. I love it. I'll have to come up with some examples next time we meet.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more about that.
Right. So, yeah, I agree with that. I think that just the affordability of the equipment to do it at home and the availability of those things is huge. Right? People are able to put a little bedroom studio together and have it sound decent for dirt cheap these days, right? They can shop right at their computer at home and order everything, have it delivered and set up and start recording right away. So people, who may have never even given it a shot 10 years ago, 20 years ago, those types of people now they are. And, we're the beneficiaries of that, especially those of us who are out there digging through all of it. Yeah, we run into some things that are rather interesting, but it's mind-blowing how much good music is being made. Things that I know will never be heard by more than whatever, a couple thousand streams maybe if they're lucky. And it's just unfortunate because so good. People are so talented and they're able to show that affordably these days.
For sure. And I think you can salute technology a little bit too, because like you said, people can invest way less money, have a nice little bedroom studio, and they can crank out something that sounds really good, where 15, 20 years ago, you probably couldn't. So it empowers more of these aspiring artists to dabble in it. And then when they see that they have a little success or they created something that sounds pretty good, not hard again, because then that rolls into social media, that all the music streaming services, it's pretty easy. I mean, there's all these other platforms out there where you can just disperse your music to everything with a few clicks. So yeah, that's absolutely right. That's crazy how much that's evolved.
All right.
What do you think about? Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Nope. Go ahead.
Nope. I'm after you.
Oh, I was just gonna say, that's kind of where Sonic Scout Radio comes in, being just different from, just throwing us the music and spitting it through some algorithm and out into some streaming world, right? That's cool. Do that. That's exciting for people, I'm sure, right? To create a DistroKid account or whatever and get their music sent out. But this is the way it worked for decades and decades and decades, right? The radio is where you got your music heard because the DJs cared about it, right? The DJs talked about you. The DJs, focused on you and let people know who you were and kind of, what you were about. They don't do that on Spotify. No one's ever told me a single thing about a song that I've ever heard on Spotify.
So true. So true.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But also what I see, one of the things I do love about social media, because people use it for all different things. We're on it for the music, right? We're always scouting. And I just being in that creative bubble with everybody and saying like, hey, I want to hear what this guy has to say. It's really fun. I mean, there's so many talented people. It's like, oh my gosh, I just want to bring them all under the tent, right? It's like, oh my goodness, like these people are just phenomenal, and they inspire one another too. I mean, they inspire me, and I can't sing worth a lick. I can't pluck a guitar any, but I do this.
Well, I've seen videos of you plucking a guitar before. What are you talking about?
Well, I mess around. I do karaoke too, right?
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
See, you can sing and play guitar. You
Tina
should be.
Turner.
You never know. Oh, you sing Tina Turner at karaoke.
Proud Mary.
Nice.
One day I'll have to have it recorded and I'll post it online and tag
right.
the boys. Yeah.
For sure. Right. We should have. See, I kind of want to talk about like what kind of segments we should do in future shows. Like, and we could use user listener suggestions as well. Send them in. But yeah, that might be a fun one. Presenter karaoke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
When we ever meet in person, when that day comes, we'll go hit up a bar and we'll do
Yes.
the Rebels and Rivals karaoke.
oh,
And I don't think it'll be pretty, honestly.
We'll walk in with our own digital download. Here,
Mhm.
put this in and play this.
Right, right.
We'll sing along.
yeah, I'll be in drinking some bourbon to helps the tickle in my throat. So
Right.
It gives you that liquid courage too to get up there and
of
do
course,
it.
Yes,
I
need
think I
that.
just got
Yeah.
myself into a little trouble here. Okay, it's on.
Yeah, nice.
Another competition. Sorry, Terry. I know you're watching, Terry, but yeah, another competition. Here we go.
All right, so what's next?
Well, I wanted to talk about what trends we're seeing with where around the world are we seeing that we're picking up steam at. And I was looking at everybody's demos, and I saw that there's like a big South Africa pull that we're getting. And they, in this whole indie, in my research here, they're saying that 35%, let's see, hold on. They said that, I'm sorry, South Africa is like one of the fastest growing indie markets, believe it or not. Emerging markets are Latin America. They're up 22%, and sub-Saharan Africa up another 22%. So we're seeing it. We're seeing it in our demographics, and that is what's just so powerful. I mean, this hot damn, right?
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. Terry noted to me this week that my listenership in Asia is growing, and it was that like 10% or something.
Yeah.
That's huge. And then 5% actually. Wait, was it 5% in Africa? Or maybe it was 3%. I don't know. But I did focus on Nairobi for an episode that featured a couple of artists from Nairobi. So
Is that
might
right?
have bumped up my
Oh.
my Africa continent numbers a little bit.
That's cool.
I want to say I have like
Yeah.
8% or 10% in Africa.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Wow. That's
Big country
curious.
fans over there.
That's kind of cool. Like, do you ever think, like, in a million years that people would be listening to your voice somewhere that far away? Like, that's what I think is so cool about what we do is, like, you're reaching this audience that I know I would never, ever talk to or
Right.
have any sort of platform to reach out to someone to know that someone in China could be listening to one of our shows right now. Kind of a cool feeling.
Yeah, it is a cool feeling. I
It
actually
is.
was out looking today to see if our show was available in different countries, and it is not in Iran anywhere, apparently. The website is blocked in Iran.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good in most of China.
Yeah.
I don't know. China's
don't
pretty
know.
big. Couldn't get a real solid answer on that one. But
Yeah, I got a couple from Pakistan, which is kind of odd. I'm like, okay,
interesting.
Well, I'm looking
Never
at
know.
the lineup right now of shows playing. Suki, your show is about to end in 1 minute. And out of us three, my show is playing at midnight, my time. So I'm kind of curious if that's like in the UK, that's going to be 6 hours ahead. So is the Broken Amp going to be going to be blasting when someone is taking their morning shower? We're looking at the schedule, and we're coming up. Our last, one of our podcasts is playing at 3 a.m. That's kind of cool. And that's also the other thing that we didn't touch on too, is that our shows play for a week. They play for 7 days. So when when an artist submits to be on our show, you're getting played minimum 1 time a day, depending on the rotation, but you could be up to 2 times a day for 7 days. I'm like, you're talking potentially 14 times our shows are being played and your song is being heard. So that adds up a lot. And then when everything gets in that rotation and my show's playing at midnight, my time, but it's going to be somewhere else in the world, it's going to be someone's morning or their afternoon or whatever. It reaches a huge audience. I'm fascinated by that. I think that's so cool.
Yep. Yep. Me too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't think we've talked about this at all, but just the numbers themselves, the number of streams, the number of people who are tuning into our shows throughout the week
Yeah.
is really mind blowing to me anyway. Way more than I expected at this point. Um, you know, the overall station numbers,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's really impressive for a station that's, as young as we are. Um, and so not only are you getting played, right? Nobody really cares if you're getting played into a black hole, but you're
Right.
getting played and people are actually listening. They're hearing you, they're hearing your songs. And I know because I'm getting feedback I always follow up with artists. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to follow up, but I send surveys out. I want to hear back from the artists that I feature on my show to know what I can do better, what I'm doing right. So, I know they're seeing increased interest. They're seeing increased engagement, some more than others. But then again, that comes back on the artist too, because it doesn't just happen by itself. You have to work for that.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you have to work to get, people to listen to your music to begin with. You have to work to keep them interested and engaged too. So, like, we try to, help out, get that ball rolling, get people interested, and then it's up to the artist. We can't really do much after that. We can do a little bit. Like, I want to keep bringing artists back. I want to help out that way.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, anytime you have a new release now, let's come back, right? Let's
Right.
do this again. I want to make it a good experience for them, so they want to come back and do it again. So
There's a lot of relationship building, right? There's a lot of
that's
trust,
absolutely without a doubt.
and it's like with all of our shows, you feel a real connection with the people that are listening. You
Right.
see them, you hear them, and that's why each week, I always get nervous. I always have like a little bit of anxiety, uh, Sunday going into Monday, because I just want everybody to love the show. I want to make sure that those artists that, hey, that I represented them well, and that they love the show
Hmm.
so much. And then I always get nervous on Monday or Tuesday. I usually try to take Monday and Tuesday off. Monday and Tuesday, because then all of a sudden I'm worrying, like, oh gosh, what's this week going to take me, right? You just never know. It's like a
Hmm.
Pandora's box, right? It's just like, you just never know, what you're going to
Right.
come across. Yeah.
Right.
Lots of great stuff.
That's why I'm really trying to just get ahead a little bit, get a week
Right.
or two ahead where
Right.
I have a I don't want to call it a waiting list, but where I have a list that isn't, necessarily, hey, I have a full show for the next 2 weeks, but I have, something for you after that. Not that I want to make people wait. I'd really actually like to do multiple shows. I think I've mentioned that before. I'd like to do 2-3 shows, a week.
Mm-hmm.
That would be ideal. Right now, that's not possible because I'm just having to spend too much time searching, for
Yeah.
the artists. Although, like you said earlier, we are getting more and more people finding us and coming to us and bringing their music to us, which is really, really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. We
Oh,
lost
I think
Bill's
you're muted.
audio.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, I was going to say
I
something
was just
schneid.
testing you. I was just testing you guys.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all up for talking
I
smack.
muted my
Okay.
mic because I thought I had a sneeze coming out. I didn't want to just sneeze into the mic, but
We should have just nodded along and pretended like we heard everything.
We're perfecting our craft too. Like just like an
Mhm.
artist or some sort of musician.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
actually had an artist on this past show of mine send me their song. They submitted their song via the app. And then a few days later, I got an email from this person and it was like, hey, I re-recorded this song. Can I send you the new MP3 file of it instead? Because I'd much rather that be aired than what I sent you originally. I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that's really cool because it's just like they go back and they perfect their craft and they just are like, I can do this better. I will say I thought the first version was good too. I don't second version was also good. And so we're always perfecting our craft too. So the one thing I want to say is early on in these Sonic Scout days, like, I mean, some of the early artists that were on, I would love to feature them again. So if they're listening, I would love to just have you back onto the show while we're tweaking things, while we have a wider audience now too, and just kind of like provide you that service again and just kind of tweak it. I think that'd be kind of
That's
fun.
a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I have grown so much as a presenter. Just I've incorporated so many more things into, you know, the whole package that is being featured on my show. It's a package, right? If you're going to be featured on my show, you get a little electronic bag of goodies, you know.
Mhm.
It's exciting, and that wasn't the case, right? So yeah, those people who were featured really early on, I have all your emails.
Yeah.
Let's try it again. We had fun the first time
Right.
too.
Yeah.
We'll have
Right.
even more fun this time.
And thanks for believing us that early on that you wanted to just jump right on ship with something that was so new at the time. So
Taking a
we
chance.
can definitely do them justice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Such a great community that we found, and a lot of work goes into
Right.
everything that we do. It's not exactly an easy job, but it's there's a lot to it in the backgrounds that people don't see. But
Yeah, we're
having a
definitely
good
not just
time.
feeding music into a machine and spitting it back out on the other end. We're curating and presenting,
Yeah.
producing, doing the whole thing. It's awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Best
I
job
love
in the
it.
world, but it's also it's it's not the greatest paying job in the world.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that. Oh, no.
Is this where you do a
Just a
plug for,
labor of
hey,
love.
are we doing a plug for like, hey,
We need some sponsors. Come on.
sponsors? There we
Oh.
go. I was going to say, that's our plug right there. That's a beautiful segue.
Right?
Yes. Oh, God, a sponsor would be amazing for this show.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking Boot Barn would be perfect for me.
Okay.
Boot Barn? There you go.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Vikings or Timberwolves.
Oh, you're going NFL. Okay.
No.
Hey, speaking of Timberwolves, man, I love Ant.
Yeah.
I'm a Bucks fan, obviously, but Ant's a cool guy. So yeah, if the T-Wolves sponsored you, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Yeah, he'll probably get the
I'll keep
bananas.
dreaming on that one. Yeah, he's out for 2 weeks though. He's got a little hamstring issue.
Oh, really? Ant, man. I'm trying to think who would sponsor me. I don't know. Maybe Gibson or Fender or
Marshall.
Marshall would be cool. I'm a big Ernie Ball guy when it comes to strings.
Oh yeah.
So Ernie Ball is pretty cool. So
Isn't there a place in your town that makes bicycles or motorized bicycles or something?
Trek, I believe. Is it
Huh?
Trek?
No.
Schwinn.
Harley Davidson.
Oh,
I own one. I should have known that right away. I do own one, so that's actually
I've seen the pictures, right?
Yeah.
But
So,
Bill, can we put it behind you so we could see it?
Oh,
Because I'm always giving you a hard time because it's the gray background.
all right. You know what? I gotta take some viewer suggestions. What should I do with the background? Okay, I have sports memorabilia here. I have music stuff here, but I think just the way it's set up, I gotta fill up the gray, like you said, right in that area.
Yeah.
Yep, right there.
I taking suggestions, like you said, maybe a neon light, perhaps.
Yeah.
A Sonic Scout radio neon.
Ooh, Terry.
Yeah.
Terry, hook
Such
me
a
up,
corporate man.
Send one over. Yeah.
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
You know what? I bet you could get
No
one
pressure.
made for not that expensive these days. An LED like faux neon light. Yeah, I bet you could get one made for, I don't know, maybe a couple $100. Terry, it's Christmas is coming up.
One day I'll surprise everybody. You're just gonna log on. You're gonna see I have this cool neon in the back.
Right. It's gonna be
I
Sonic
can't
Scout
wait.
Radio.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell did you get that?
It's like my cherries, right?
Yeah.
I want to get like one of those trucker, like those girls that are on the trucker, those flaps. The mud flaps. Yeah.
Oh,
and
those, yeah.
And then the leg will kick up and it just kind of like, I don't know. I think that would be perfect for my background.
Man, I remember seeing that logo when I was a kid. Like that's been around for a while. That the woman sitting back like on the mud flap. I remember seeing that for years.
Wait a second.
And then the man.
What's that?
Are you talking about the neon light with the girl kicking up her? That's
Yes.
not the mud flaps you're thinking about. That's the outside of
Oh.
a strip club.
Oh. They look the same.
Yeah, that's the neon light in the strip club window.
I need one of those, but I'm
The
not
seedy
stripping.
strip club.
Oh, I have to have one.
I've
Somebody
seen my
buy me
fair
one.
share of those too.
Oh, oh, I
Uh,
had a different view of you, my friend. Like I could see you, like being the altar boy somewhere.
Me?
Yes, on your
Uh,
Harley.
yeah, maybe.
I owned a Harley too, a Dynaglide lowrider.
Oh, those are cool. I actually,
Yeah.
I have a street glide, so I have
Okay.
it's the cool kids call it a bagger, but I wanted one that was a little bit more sporty, not the big full
Okay.
dresser.
Uh-huh.
However, I always loved the Dyna chassis. I always thought those were really cool bikes. My dad has a
They are.
Y Glide, 1982
Okay.
Y Glide that he's had
Wow.
since 1982, and that's what
nice.
got me into it. So, yeah, good taste in bikes there, Suki. Dynas are
Thank
cool.
you. Yours as
Yeah.
well. Even though your sports team is questionable, but
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
at least agree on something.
Yeah, yep, indeed.
Well, I like the idea of Suki, you sending something to Bill and just Bill having to hang it up back there. Opening
I'm
it.
gonna get him the girls. That's what
I
I'm
say not the
asking.
ladies,
Strip
this lady thing.
Bill's married. He doesn't need
Yeah. I don't think that'll go over
stripper
well.
clubs.
That won't go over
Oh
too
my
well
God.
in my house.
It's
So,
just, but it's a joke. Oh my God, I love it. It's so my humor. Shit.
I'll play around with this back here. Maybe I can adjust it so it looks a little bit cooler. I don't know. I'm
I'll
just a
send you
dude.
something.
I'm just a dude with no taste, Good taste in music. That's about it.
Well, it's a
There
great
you
thing
go.
that you have a friend in me because I
There
can
we
help
go.
you. Yeah.
There we go.
Something sparkly and flashy.
Yeah. Well, we have, like, according to my timer, we have about 4 minutes left.
Okay, Father Time. Just
Yep.
ruined it. We were on such a roll. Where did the time go?
Hey, maybe the day will come where we'll have a 2-hour slot on Sonic Scout Radio because this just gets huge and people, need more from us.
They
Not
just
just
want
1
to
hour,
listen to us talk and
Yeah,
talk
so-
and talk. We'll have like a morning show,
right?
4
Yes,
hours
right.
long. Yeah.
There's always something to talk about.
Yeah, but Terry rules 1 hour, and we're approaching that pretty quick.
Oh, Terry. Okay. Well, should we start telling people about our socials and our emails and such? What do you think?
What happened to the ticker across the bottom?
Ticker's there. Ticker's going.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, what am I doing?
Do you have
I
your
don't-
good
I don't
glasses on or
see
your
it
bad
anymore.
ones?
Are you
I
on
have-
full screen mode?
I have the glasses where I look good to you. You don't look good to me.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
If you are in full screen mode, you might have to move your mouse a little bit to kind of hover
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Oh well. I already know our socials. I don't need to see them.
They are going across the bottom for anybody that's watching, but for anybody in Sonic Scout land, Spotify land, Apple Music land, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Just search The Broken Amp.
And I'm pretty much everywhere under Suki Blaze Radio. So please go ahead and give me a like and a follow. Additionally, if you want to send me your music, right along the bottom is my email, sukiblaze@sonicscoutradio.com. And I hope I hear from you guys soon.
Awesome. And I am at Black Jackson on TikTok, BLCKJCKSN, audio at audio.underground on Instagram. And you know what? I'm audio.underground on Facebook too. I haven't really sent many people out there. I don't have a whole lot of presence out there, but I'm starting to build that up a little bit. So yeah, find me on Facebook too, audio.underground. And Discord too is find Sonic Scout Radio on Discord. Each of us has our own Discord channel out there. Is that what they call it?
I don't know what they call it, but yeah,
I
we're
gotta
out
start
there.
using it more. Yeah,
right. So I mean, we're just getting started on that. The younger presenters, right, have all that figured out. Their Discord
to be young again,
uses,
right?
Shout out to
Yeah,
Mixie too for helping.
Seriously,
Oh,
yeah.
hell
Without a
yeah,
doubt,
Missy.
Mixie is a game changer.
Yeah. I gotta get my Discord game going.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's everything that the entire A&R team could never be.
I love Mixie. She's just phenomenal.
Yeah,
What a great.
she's great. I'm
So
sorry, I shouldn't
Mixie.
have said that. There
Well,
were
oh
some great
no.
people on the A&R team. I
Oh,
just want to
well,
make
of
that
course.
clear real quick. No,
Yes.
it just didn't work
Mhm.
out. It just wasn't
Well,
right for the process. So
yeah, but Mixie is right there in the mix of everything. Truly, she has a great show, and she's helping us with a lot of public relations and promotions and everything under the sun. So we really appreciate Mixie.
Yes, thanks,
no doubt.
Mixie. Yeah. One thing I forgot to say, my email is also bill@sonicscoutradio.com. So anybody that wants to reach out, feel free.
audiounderground@sonicscoutradio.com.
Suki Blaze at sonicscoutradio.com.
Perfect.
Also check out our YouTube page, Sonic Scout Radio YouTube page. All of our episodes are out there.
Yeah.
And Terry has put some decent graphics over the top of them, so they're kind of fun. One of mine has like a presenter. I'm like, there's like just this random presenter in the video. I'm like, can I send you something? Because I don't want people to think that's me. But yeah, out there too. So, and SoundCloud too. You can always check out episodes on SoundCloud.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, guys, I really appreciate everything. I know our 1 hour goes by too quickly, and we have yet to meet each other face to face, but we're close to getting there. That's for sure. We're working on it. That's right.
Also, I just wanted to mention real quick, Sunday nights we're gonna try to go live to talk about our upcoming shows, our music shows, and this podcast. Sunday nights live on, I think we're just gonna do TikTok or something. I don't know.
Whichever one you want.
All right.
Why not?
We'll put it out on social media.
Perfect. I love that.
Cool.
All right,
guys.
Well, how much time do we have left, my friend?
We're probably over, so we'll wrap.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.